Hey, what's up everybody? Bdf 44 coming at you with another video. All right, so I think I got out before the real heat hit. Made a video on the Lakers on the way here. Should be uploading now. Got laundry in the dryer right now. And all I needed to pick up was two things from Target that I had forgotten that I needed, which was broccoli and carrots. Very important stuff for my meal. So I brought myself out in the heat just to buy those things, man. But yeah, man, I feel pretty good. I mean, I can't complain. I kind of was warring with the idea of whether or not I wanted to do laundry, because I really did want to kind of do all my grocery shopping and do my little hill running and all of that stuff. But when it really came down to it, it wasn't going to be much in the backpack to really give myself any weight regardless. So it made no sense. Plus, I really need to do laundry today. And once I got a look at what that laundry bag looked like, it was like, yeah, that ain't going to be able to cut off till tomorrow. So yeah, man, it's been a good day, man. I made some art last night. I wasn't really into it, to be honest with you. But I did have a playlist that I made. I've actually made two playlists since my last art process. So I chose one of them last night and made the art for it. And I thought it was some okay art, but I don't know. I was kind of rusty and I wasn't really into it. But the music was good. The playlist was fine. The K-list 417. And I guess tonight or tomorrow, I'll do art for Delicity 420 that I also did. The one that I was telling you guys that I made before my appointment and then had to complete after I got back from my appointment on Monday. Yeah, that one. I still got to do art for that. So yeah, man, this is it's been good. I enjoyed myself though. I think the CD art actually was probably the best piece I made yesterday. And you know, at the end of the day, I'm just continuing on the practice of doing art when I feel like it. I ain't forcing myself to do it at any time that I don't want to, except for last night. But you know, when I do feel like it, I really still very much appreciate it. So yeah, that was something that I did yesterday, and it was a good session. One of the longest playlists I've made recently too. That thing was like 1 hour and 50 minutes. I usually try to keep it limited between 1 hour and 20 minutes and 1 hour and 40 minutes. So that was a long one, but it didn't seem like it. Was upbeat music, a lot of hip hop, a lot of high level R&B, not high level, but some of the new age stuff that I like. So it was good to be able to make that playlist, and I thought it came out very good. So yeah, that's really what that is. But yeah, man, we're in this heat when we're dealing with the summer, but I gotta say, thus far it's not as intense as last year, not even close. Still got a long way to go, but I mean, I think today is supposed to be the hottest day of the week, and it's supposed to go back down to the mid 80s for the next 7 or 8 days. So yesterday was hot, today was hot, but after that we get back down to reasonable temperature. So I'd say it's about 92 right now. It's supposed to reach up to about 95 or 96 maybe today at the highest. So I just get back in the house before it actually does that. But yeah, man, this is you know, I just continue to try to tell everybody what it is I see. You know, I had a conversation with my homegirl B yesterday, and I was, you know, kind of incorporating some of my Israel commentary into the conversation. She doesn't really have an opinion about that I share, because she hasn't been privy to the facts and to the footage and stuff like that. So her point of view is a Christian point of view. She said something along the lines of, she thinks I hate Jews, and she's never going to take that position because her Christ was a Jew. So it's like, I like, fam, I understand that that's what you're saying, but ain't none of that true. And if you saw what I saw, you'd be as outraged as the rest of us who've seen what's going on in this genocide. And you're taking the point of view that they've instilled in a lot of Christian Americans to follow Israel down the path of whatever what may. And the sick thing about it is, we tend to believe that we know people, things, people. Oh, these people are the people because we've been told in our religion that they are the people. But if you don't get close enough, you don't do your own homework, what you end up finding out is that you've accepted something as fact without actually doing homework, and you don't even fact check the notion of this. And that's what I told her. I was like, look, that position is a sound position based on how we were raised. Problem is, when you actually look at that place and look into what it is, that put it together and act and look at how they're acting and look at what is actually happening there, what you're going to find out is that it's literally the opposite of that. They don't like Christians at all. They think of us as idol worshippers, and they feel it's within their right, if not their duty, to do horrible things to us for that reason. And so it's like I was trying to explain to her what I'd seen and what I've understood, and I don't think she's very receptive to it at all, because it challenges some very unquestionable things that are aligned with the Christian religion, just like many Christians in America. We just don't question. Like, we've been told Jesus was a Jew, so the Jews have it all, and they're supposed to, because they're chosen by God. And so, of course, they're going to be blessed to have the golden thumb, or the green thumb, whatever you call that. Not golden, I don't know how you say it, but they get the money and all of that, and they have the power and all of that, because, of course, they're blessed by God. And there are people out here who don't know that they don't question that, and that they should. You should question everything. You should get closer to everything that you've been told as true. And a lot of us don't even know how to update our mental Rolodex as it pertains to these type of things, because they're so brushed aside as fact. And this is one of those things in her mind, just brushed aside. How many Jews do you actually know? How many Zionists do you actually know? And it's like, oh, because it says it in the Bible. No, it's stated like Israel is in the Bible, but this ain't the same Israel. Have you ever even found a look to find out? No, I don't have to. It's like, and that's where you go wrong. That's where you go wrong. And you get enough of those little pockets of information in our country that are there on its surface level, never dug into, because why bother? And then you find out that underneath those things, if you dig into them, it's lies and nonsense and wickedness. And it's like, we have to wake up, America. There are a lot of things that we adapt to that is supposed to be foolproof to keep us from paying attention to the details of it. And our allegiance as Christians to Israel is going to be the wake-up call for the rest of it. You just can't accept that these people are just going to be above reproach just because it says in the Bible that he chose Jews. Are you sure the people who call themselves Jews are Jews? You don't even care to look, but you'll argue me down about them. You don't know these people. They don't even like you. They don't like you. The things that they're willing to do to you based on what it is that they believe would scare you. But you just run with the support of these people. Like, and that's, it gets a little frustrating, but it's like I can't be mad because America is under this cloak. They've been under this cloak. And they've done a great job of making people say, hey, if you don't align, or if you're questioning them, then you're automatically anti-Semitic. This is somebody who's known me since all of her life. And she gave me the anti-Semitic copy and paste label based on me doing homework on these people and revealing to her what I found. She'd trust me on everything but this. Trust me on everything but this. And if I told her anything else, and the funny thing is, she throwed at me. She was like, everybody's so concerned about what's going on in this situation and that situation, but I'm more interested in what's going on with child trafficking. Like, what the hell do you think we focused on? That's the purpose that draw most of us to this situation. That's where most of what it is you're concerned with is found. More answers about what it is you're looking to be interested in is found in this conversation. And even after I said that, she still hit me with the, well, I support Jews because Jesus was a Jew. I'm like, all right, fam, fine. They've done a great job on your brain. You ain't ready to wake up? That's cool, but I have the truth in my head. I've seen enough. The people that I'm following and the people that talk about this in my eardrum have done enough to show me the truth. And whenever you're ready for it, I got it. But I'm not going to let that keep me from what it is I'm doing, like, at all. Like, and it just gets frustrating when you talk to people in this country about genocide, and they start, without actually realizing it, showing their selective outrage. And the first thing they tell you is, I don't have selective outrage. It's It's like, no, you don't identify what you're doing as selective outrage. What you actually have is the copy and paste American bullcrap in your head per schedule. They gave you exactly what they wanted you to have, and it's in there. And it takes someone like myself who understands better to be as convincing as possible to wake you up out of that nonsense. And that's really what it is. You care about children, but don't look no further than what it is we're talking about. These people killing children every day. And I'm telling you that I've seen their bodies. I've seen them dead. I've seen the crying out of the parents. I've seen it all in my phone every day for 642 days. Yesterday, not even yesterday, forget yesterday, this morning, some new fresh images from this genocide. Children blown to bits, laid out. Like, do you understand what I'm saying to you? Israel's doing this. Israel and America, your tax dollars are doing this. And I proceeded to tell her about my friend B. I proceeded to tell her, like, you know, I think it's a moral duty to kind of stay away from paying taxes into a government that is essentially owned by individuals who have these ideologies and are trying to spearhead our country into mimicking those ideologies within ourselves. I think it's in our best interest to try to avoid paying into that to whatever degree we can. And she hit me with the, you know, you should probably pay taxes because, you know, if you have money, you can do good things with it. Like, and I know that. I have no doubt. And you want, and she's like, you benefit from America and all these different benefits that they provide, but then you don't want to pay into it. You're kind of leeching. I'm like, oh, that's a good old American thought, right? Like, that's what they tell all of us. It's like, do you have any idea how propagandized you are, my friend? Like, that's not entirely untrue. Don't get me wrong. There's some truth to that. But if you pay attention to what's going on out there, you realize how much they're stealing from you and what they're doing with that money that you don't agree with. The last thing you think you do is owe them. Now, if we had a system, a country run as it's supposed to be run, then yeah, you pay into it, you work into it, because it's on the up and up. And you know that if you send your tax dollars where it's supposed to go, then it's going to land where it's supposed to go. And all these things will be on the up and up. So therefore, it's in your duty to pay into something that is morally, structurally, and systematically just. But when you find that it's not, do you still pay into it? Like, no. Do you guilt trip somebody else by way of religion into doing it anyway because of whatever ideology that comes with that? No, you definitely stay away from it, and you do what it is that ultimately doesn't allow for you to pay into the evil that it's doing. And that's what I'm trying to do. So I just understood how propagandized my friend is. That's what it comes down to. And I understand that she will argue with you about it, just like a lot of people have been trained to do in this country. And collectively, that's why we're able to look at other people suffering and not care, because we've each, in our own way, been propagandized to do this, to align with white supremacy without providing any depth to our analysis of it, depth into our intention of digging into it, and depth into otherwise praying about it enough to receive an answer that the Holy Spirit can actually provide us. And that's what I think ends up happening. We just accept this is what it is. And these are things that are in my head, and I know it's true. Why? Because I know. Did you do any homework? I didn't need to. Are you sure? Yes. Well, I did some homework. This is what I found. Well, look, I just don't think we should have this conversation. It's like, all right, fam, they did a great job on you. Congratulations. You're in the dark. When you wake up, you're forgiven. That's literally what I'll tell you. I forgive you for all this that you've given me, because believe me, you will understand how opposite what your take is versus what it is that would be most responsible if you knew any better. And that's just really what it comes down to, man. I tried to help yesterday, but I just got more of the same not gonna say stonewall, I don't think that's the right way of phrasing it, but the same like stiff arm as it pertains to the truth. It's just not going in. Even if I tell people, yo, I've seen dead people, these are dead children, these are the people who are doing it, they're like, no, Jesus, Jew, like, these people killed Jesus. Jews killed Jesus. But my God was a Jew. Okay. Well, there are good Jews out there who are standing up against this. And the people who are saying they're Jews who are standing with this nonsense are vilifying them too. What do you say to that? No answer. Like, I got it. I don't hate Jewish people. There are a lot of good Jewish people who are being labeled anti-Semitic turncoats because they don't want to see children killed in their name. So if I hate Jews, I hate them, right? That doesn't make any sense down the side of this that I am. But hey, can't tell nobody who's propagandized that the stuff that they believe doesn't add up or that you've seen something, because then at that point they don't trust that you've seen anything. Now, if you tell them something that aligns with the narrative that they have not been propagandized against, then of course you effectively are to be trusted and you're a good person and all of this. But when you tell them you've seen people that they support doing horrible things, now it's like, I question you. I question you. You, the one I trust about everything else. When it comes to this, nah, you must be lying now. You just hate those people. It's like, oh my God. Like, that devil is really in your head, huh? Bdf 44. Thank y'all for watching. No.